Medford with Medford Knife and Tool. Knives on the table today are for DLT Trading in Marinette, Wisconsin. I don't film for every batch that we send out to DLT Knives, or I would be filming once a week. But today it is an absolutely, totally sexy batch of custom Praetorian tee. What you're gonna see on the table today, they're all custom. There's not one that has not got all the bells and whistles. But please know that we are also shipping them a bunch of standard Praetorian tee right now as well. And that's a hard knife to come by, so keep your eyes peeled for when they load everything up on the website. And let's take a look and see all the beautiful stuff we have on the table today. I'm gonna start with our stained glass finish, and we're gonna have several variations of the same finish. And we have two blade steels here. We have S35 VN, so if you see an S on the blade, that's S35. And if you see 3V, that's CPM 3V. So these four here are all stained glass. I have one that's all silver, so it's just bead blasted and brushed to silver, no color other than the hardware and clip. This one has aquamarine undertones with brushed bronze flats and bronze hardware. That's probably my favorite. If not, this might be. This is bead blasted, kind of that cement battleship gray undertone with brushed bronze. So that one's more violet. This one's got that cement color. And then we have a two-tone violet and bronze. So violet on the undertones and bronze on the flats. So this is stained glass. Now we're stepping into peaks and valleys, or hammered. We kind of use those interchangeably. I would say peaks and valleys typically has little facets in between the sculpted recesses. You'll see little lines as small as they are, but you see the flats in between the sculpting. So that's peaks and valleys with violet undertones and bronze flats. This one definitely peaks and valleys. You can see the bronze flats with blue undertones. And again, 3V, S35, S35. This one here is kind of back to back. You see they're all kind of merged in together. I would call this more of a falling leaf texture, but it's not falling leaf because falling leaf is a partial sculpt. So it is a full sculpt. It's got violet undertones, but there's very few violet parts on this that haven't been sculpted. So it's a lot of overlap, violet hardware and violet in the grooves, and you see violet around the perimeters and in the spring relief where the boys don't sculpt. And the reason they don't is the material is so thin, they don't want to affect functionality of the knife. And then the last one, this is just bronze. It's got that matte bead blasted undertone. So super cool bronze hardware and clip. So that's our peaks and valleys slashed hammered. And then this one is the same thing, but it's all silver. So bead blasted, brushed silver with bronze hardware and a brushed and bronze clip. Now we move into kind of the modern interpretation of the peaks and valleys. We came up with one called a Jasmine Fields if it's a full sculpt, or Jasmine Fade if it's a partial. As you can see, it's got very beautiful eyelet shape to it, got an Asian appeal. This is violet with silver sculpting. That's 3V, 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 S35, S35, S35. This one is bead blasted bronze violet. I'm sorry, bead blasted brushed bronze. So it's all single color, but it's got the two-tone because it's got the bead blasting down in the recesses and faced on the flats. So two-tone bronze. This one here, this is probably one of my favorites on the table. The combination of the aquamarine and the faced bronze flats is just absolutely gorgeous. It's just stunning. I love it. The clip is aquamarine around the sides and on the undertones, and then faced bronze on the flats. This one here, violet flats, bronze sculpting, bronze hardware, and a sculpted clip. And this one here, violet flats with, violet sculpting with bronze flats. And then the last one, this one's got just a gorgeous, sexy fade. Starts off aquamarine, fades into a light blue, dark blue, violet, and bronze. Dang. Oh, sexy. All right, so Jasmine Fields. Then we move on to the sculpting that we've had a little bit longer. This is all lightning sculpting. It's got that very geometric, jagged motion on it. S35, 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 3V, 3V. And we have here that aquamarine and bronze. We have a bluish violet with bronze. A stronger, more of a light blue, I would say, with bronze lightning. Bead blasted brushed silver with blue hardware. And bead blasted brushed bronze. So lightning. I love that we have this many because we can showcase all of the different fit and finish, and you get to see what they all look like with different colors on them. Predator. One of my all-time favorites, Predator. We have 3V, 3V, S35, S35, S35. This is just straight up bead blasted bronze Predator. This one's got an iridescent look to it. You can see the bronze kind of fades down into the facets. It looks a little bit more like a sand dune. I think it just depends on the colors and whether there's bead blasting. If there's bead blasting down in the recesses, it kind of mats the finish out and it gives it a different sense. This has got more of an iridescent quality. I just love that shiny, jeweled result on this, violet and bronze. This one's got a similar appeal to it, but it's silver and violet. I also love seeing the grain of the titanium. Very cool. Violet, very subtle violet underneath with bronze. And then the last one, bead blasted brushed silver. So Predator. Last one I have on the table is Bark. We don't have many of these because I don't know why. I think I must like having all the other ones done. But this here, again, one of my favorites. That aquamarine faced off with the bronze flats. It's just fantastic. I know it's hard to get it, Tracy. Sorry. The next one is all blue. So bead blasted brushed blue. Looks a little bit more like our water ripples sculpting. And the last one is bead blasted brushed bronze. That looks velvety to me. This just looks like velvet. It feels soft and sexy in the hand too. So Bark. So that was like a little sculpting tutorial. There are a few types of sculpting that maybe aren't on the table. I think no gator belly, which I don't really recommend on the Praetorian series anyway. That's a great Marauder sculpt, or a TFF1, or a Fat Daddy. Anything that has a large piece of real estate that's flat that we can get in, the gator belly is really good on that. Armadillo is a new style of sculpting that kind of is based off of that gator belly. I think other than that, that might be just about every style of custom sculpting we offer right now. So reach out to DLT Trading. Keep your eyes peeled for that website because these are absolutely sexy. There's a total of 40 going out, and in the grand scheme of things, 40 is not very many when you guys are looking for the sexiest knife out there. So see what you get your hands on. Keep watching the videos. Until the next time, peace.